Last night in Nashville, the 55th Grammy Award nominations were announced by Taylor Swift and LL Cool J. And they were without some snubs, of course. From New York is Kia Macarecci, Huffington Post's entertainment editor. Kia, what was the biggest surprise in terms of the nominations for you last night?
It was really surprising to me that so many artists got so many different nominations. There was a six-way tie for most nominated artists between folks like Kanye West, Frank Ocean, Jay-Z, Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys, Fun, and Mumford & Sons. I feel like you don't usually see that many artists getting that many nods, but a lot of people are talking today about the fact that Bieber didn't get a single nomination. And also for me, I thought it was really interesting. In some ways, for me, the biggest surprise was that Rihanna's We Found Love got no love except for in the music video category, short form music video.
You know, we'll get to some of those snubs in a second. I want to talk about Album of the Year. You have the Black Keys, Fun, Mumford, Frank Ocean, and Jack White, of course. Do the right people get in? And maybe you think there's someone that should have been in that group?
I think a lot of those albums are extremely strong, especially Frank Ocean's Channel Orange is just a beautiful and fantastically tailored album. One that I would have liked to see get in, and I think gets sort of a bum rap at the Grammys, I think Drake's Take Care should have gotten a little more love. It was nominated for Best Rap Album. But I think that when you look at the culture and the way that that album permeated that space, it's sort of unmatched in a sense.
All right, let's talk about Record of the Year. You have Lonely Boy from the Black Keys, Stronger, Kelly Clarkson, which I thought was a bit of a surprise. We Are Young from Fun, somebody that I used to know, Gautier, Thinking About You, Frank Ocean, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Taylor Swift. What do you think about that group?
Right, that's also another strong group. It's interesting that Call Me Maybe was not in there. Record of the Year sort of focuses on all the production, not just the songwriting. But I do think this one, I like Gautier here. I mean, it's interesting that he didn't really get a lot of love. It seems like no one listened to the rest of the album. But this seems like a song that was the most streamed song on the entire internet. Basically, Spotify said it just blew up their whole business, and I think it's something that we'll probably see rewarded in some capacity. Although I do wish that Frank Ocean could win this category too.
Now, obviously, we talked about snubs. Justin Bieber, no love. His manager, Scooter Braun, went on Twitter and said, this is just plain wrong. You guys got it wrong. Do you see it that way?
I mean, the Grammys like to support things that are a little, sort of, the production is a little fuller, sometimes a little less on trend. I think Bieber is trying to really come out and make a statement on this album and act like he's a grown-up. Maybe in some sense, the Grammys would rather have people either not be grown-ups or not have to act like they're grown-ups. I thought it was interesting that Scooter sort of went a little unhinged on Twitter, and he must also be smarting that Gangnam Style by Psy didn't get any love either because remember that Scooter recently signed Psy for a U.S. deal. Right,
exactly. Well, they got Carly Rae Jepsen in the mix, so at least they got something. Thanks so much for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Now, I want to go to some celebrity tweets. Of course, they were talking about these Grammy noms that went down last night. Taylor Swift said, quote, honored to also be nominated for 2 Grammys with At the Civil Wars for Safe and Sound on the Hunger Games soundtrack, Unreal. Carly Rae Jepsen said, over the moon excited, 2 Grammy nominations, extremely thankful. And Adam Levine said, quote, 2 Grammy noms, holy balls. Well done. For the latest on the Grammy nominations and the biggest stories breaking right now, stay clicked on CelebBuzz.com.